Learn how to change both the text and the actual HTML tag inside a web page element using Jquery method and native JavaScript properties. In this lesson, we want to look at how you can use both Jquery and native JavaScript to set HTML content. When you want the browser to actually render real layout changes like turning a sentence bold, inserting an image, or adding a new paragraph, you must use an HTML method instead. In jQuery, HTML method tells the browser, takes the string, reads the tags inside it, and build live HTML elements on the fly. So let's look at an example that clearly demonstrates this. So in our HTML, let's have some couple of div, and let's have an ID alongside it. And inside this div, so let's have a p tag also. And I want to make another one. So now that I have these two elements on my page, let's move into our JavaScript and into the script part of this, our boilerplate code, to see how we can actually use jQuery as well as native JavaScript to set HTML content for them. So the first thing is the $, which I'm going to use to select the document, the ready method that takes in a function. And inside it, I will make a call to the ID of what I want to change directly, like this. Use .html method to set what I want to post. So if you look at this, the closing quotation should be outside, not inside, like this. Now, you can see that I have just successfully changed the content of what I have inside the element with an ID of O2. Just as simple as this. See how easy it is to just use jQuery to manipulate its content. Now, let's look at how you can use native JavaScript to achieve the same and see the difference between the two. In native JavaScript, you add an element and you call it my element, anything. You use the document.getElement by ID to get the ID of 02 that belongs to the element, and then you can use that now. You can now use your variable my element dot inner HTML. So hello mania. And now you can see that now we have our elements showing us the contents of what we just passed into it. One more important thing is that if you look closely at what we just have, you can see that once we got the elements with the get element by ID method, it's actually helping us to do the task of reading and writing to the DOM and presenting our response on the screen. Now, this example shows us a web page that starts with a generic wrapper, and that is the div here that contains the p tag with that contains that paragraph. And then the moment that the page finishes loading, the script targets that specific div using its ID and swap out its entire inner markup with a new paragraph element. So what basically that we have here, o2.html. I'm talking about this particular line. Let me uncomment it. So its purpose here is that it uses jQuery HTML setter function. So it targets the box with an ID of 02 and completely wipes out its previous child element. Interpret the string hello world as a live markup element and render a clean new paragraph block inside it. So that basically is what this part of our code in jQuery is doing. And we have seen that modern approach using the vanilla JavaScript, using the HTML that accomplishes this exact task instantly without requiring a large external library downloaded. So for vanilla JavaScript, you don't need that external library downloaded before you can actually do something as simple as setting the HTML content for an element. Now, why the .html, which is the one we used in jQuery, and the .inner HTML that we used in vanilla JavaScript are highly convenient. You must be very careful when using them, because if you ever inject user submitted form text directly into an HTML method, an attacker could slip malicious script tag into your web page. So the rules by which you should use them is this: use .html method or either .html only when you are safely writing your own trusted code tag. Use the .text method or .text content whenever you are displaying plain string or user data. So this way, you keep your code from being maliciously infected or attacked. Here are few key takeaways for this lesson. Number one, the .html method passes raw text string and convert valid tag into structural elements on the page, whereas the .text method handles strings strictly as literal words. Two, like its text counterpart, passing a string into .html method wipes out all existing children and text node residing within that target element. And lastly, native JavaScript inner HTML is fully cross-compatible, executes exceptionally fast, and replaces the core need for jQuery layout modifier utilities. So what that is basically saying is that you don't actually need a jQuery whereby you need to wait for a library to be downloaded. You can do this directly inside your vanilla JavaScript or native JavaScript, where you do not need to download any external library or wait for the need for the jQuery layout modifier utilities. So these are the reason why the vanilla JavaScript method is preferred over jQuery method in this video.